welcome to Revere TV News. I'm Debbie Peczka.
And I'm Rick Freni, bringing you what's new in the city. While Everett has officially welcomed Wynn Casino to their city, the lawsuit against the Mass Gaming Commission is heating up in Revere.
That's right. Last week, Boston and Somerville joined Revere, teaming up against the Massachusetts Gaming Commission. What used to be just Revere's concern of the unfair advantages Everett and Wynn received during the voting process is now a joint concern for Charlestown as well. Revere, Boston, and Somerville believe that the effects this casino will have on Charlestown and Boston are so negative that they should benefit more from it. Mayor Marty Walsh is most concerned with the traffic impact that has not yet been taken care of. He has sat down with Wynn multiple times to discuss the matter, but they have not been able to come to an agreement. Wynn counters this statement and feels that they have done all they can to accommodate Mayor Walsh's concern.
While there are talks of a lawsuit here in Revere, Everett officially gave legal ownership of the land to Wynn Casino. This happened the day after Boston jumped on board to sue the Mass Gaming Commission. Mayor DeMaria of Everett hopes that Mayor Rizzo and Mayor Walsh can patch up their differences and go back to working together. And while the suit has still been filed, Wynn says now that he has ownership of the land, nothing will get in his way. However, Wynn is still waiting for state environmental approvals as well.
Revere Mayor Dan Rizzo rang in the new year for the city with his State of the City address last week. The entire speech can be viewed on our YouTube page or playing on Channel 8, but we have a clip of it to show you now.
I am proud of the changes we are making and in promoting an unparalleled commitment to transparency and efficiency across all departments in city government. Like Mayor Johnson, I believe in this new direction that we have charted for our community. Government is constantly being forced to do more with less. In order to meet the needs of our residents, we must adapt, change, and streamline services. Our budget process has been an area of great reform and transformation since 2012. Our Budget Committee, in collaboration with the Collins Center at University of Massachusetts, has sought to make the process more understandable and open to the public. This may also be a good time to mention that our city received another bond upgrade and validates our ability to handle the city's finances. This upgrade means better rates for capital projects and lower costs to taxpayers. The market has confidence in Revere, and so do I. But I believe what really makes Revere the special place it is starts with our residents and the many groups and organizations who so quietly and effectively volunteer in ways that make our city just that much better. My many thanks go out to all of you for your hard work and shared commitment to making Revere the best we can be. As I have said since first taking public office almost 15 years ago, Revere is a very special place. I thank all of you for placing your confidence in me and for giving me this great opportunity to serve as your mayor. I look forward to continuing to earn your trust and leading us into the best days the city has ever seen. Thank you for joining us here this evening. May God bless you, your families, and the great city of Revere.
Also celebrating its 100th anniversary of being established as a city. The people of Revere voted to change from a town government to a city in 1915. Here's what we have from the celebration on January 4th.
And now an excerpt from Mayor Arthur B. Curtis in his 1915 inaugural address. Gentlemen of the Council, we meet today at the threshold of a new and untried municipal existence. After nearly 3/4 of a century of living under the town form of government, the qualified voters decided by practically a 2/3 vote to do away with the old and take on the garments of a larger growth. With a population of nearly 25,000 and rapidly increasing, the old ways of doing things seem cumbersome and ineffective to accomplish greatest progress and happiness of the people. For nearly 300 years, the New England form of town government has been deeply rooted in the communities of our beloved country. It had its origins in the home. It found expression in the compact drawn up in the cabin of the Mayflower on that bleak day in November 1620, and its influence has extended not only to the boundaries of our own domains, but wherever men and women of New England birth or ancestry have made their abode. Such a form of government founded upon religion and a deep and abiding faith in God and man must be from the very nature of things a blessing to mankind. In its town meetings, every citizen holding the precious right of suffrage can by voice and vote assist in making effective any measure dear to him or the community. Each voter is an alderman or councilman who needs no election to make his rights secure. All this we have changed, losing much it's true, but upon the whole being gainers along the line of better business methods and true progress in civic affairs.
Thank you. And at this time, I will now like to announce the unveiling of the commemorative city plaques. If you would be so kind to please turn your attention to the rear of the council chamber. On the upper chair rail, there permanently affixed are 58 plaques indicating the names and years of all the city councilors who have represented the citizens of Revere since 1915 through today's current city council, which seats before us. A new plaque will be installed come January 2016 and for all future city councils for years to come. In conclusion, I would like to thank you all for attending this significant milestone in the history of the city of Revere by recognizing 100 years of the city form of government. I would like to thank Mayor Rizzo and Representative Vincent for participating in the ceremony. A special thank you goes out to the members of the Centennial Committee and the Historical Commission members for working to put this ceremony together, specifically Nick Bua, John Henry, Rose Napolitano, Jeff Perlman, Diane Santoro, Phyllis Spagnolo, and Bob Upton.
There are some changes in the City Council as the new year begins. John Powers has been voted council president by the City Council in a voice vote last week. A voice vote is as simple as it sounds. Powers was chosen over Jessica Giannino, who is disappointed with the voting process, but grateful for the support that she has on the council. Powers is now looking to work closely with the mayor on what to do with the land at Suffolk Downs.
The Revere Chamber of Commerce is also making some changes this year. Revere TV was there as they inducted their new members last week. Here's what we've got.
Well, thank you very, very much. I appreciate everybody's time and effort and taking the time to come and be here tonight with us and with me, particularly in this very nice time for the Chamber of Commerce, for the installation of our new board of directors and our new incoming president, but certainly a special time for me as I finish this term as president. I do have some prepared remarks, and I'm going to get to those in a minute, but I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, everybody, from the multiple chambers of commerce that are here tonight. I see Sherry here, I see Dennis Cataldo here. I know we have people from East Boston Chamber of Commerce and Winthrop as well. You know, it's really nice to have worked with the multi-chamber of commerce network of folks in our region. We worked well together. We worked well with Mayor Rizzo and his staff, and certainly with our legislative leaders, Rosalie Vincent, and before her, Kathy Ann Reinstein, and certainly Speaker DeLeo. I've got some prepared remarks, but I really can't say enough and how important it is for me tonight to see Laura D'Amico here and Jeff Howard, as Mayor Rizzo said. You know, it's really wonderful to have this type of support. You know, we have our board members here, Patty Pace from many years back with the Chamber of Commerce as a past president. You know, it's just great to see this type of support, and I'm going to continue, of course, to stay engaged with the organization, but it's really nice to see these faces here this evening, again, on this freezing cold night.
Because we're very excited about this year and all the things that we have to bring to you. Our first up event is our annual Community Awards event, and that's something that we started last year. We're going to do it again this year. It's on March 26th, and it's going to be at Spinelli's in Linfield. And it was such a success last year and touched so many members of our community that it's something that we want to do annually. Please, if you haven't signed up for our weekly installation for our newsletter, the Chamber Connect, please do so as you exit. And I think that's it. I wanted to say thank you again and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Revere native Rosalie Vincent begins her new term as state representative this month for the next 2 years. She represents half of the city of Revere and parts of Chelsea and Saugus. Vincent won unopposed and previously served as former state representative Kathy Reinstein's chief of staff. She looks forward to working on the economic development in Revere with her fellow officials.
The Revere Community School, which is an evening program to teach English to Revere residents, is now offering free tax preparation in Revere. This is in partnership with neighborhood developers. It is offered January 27th through April 5th of this year. This offer is happening inside the rear entrance of Revere High School and at the Chelsea location of the neighborhood developers. For more information about this offer, you can visit www.theneighborhooddevelopers.org or call 617-889-1375, extension 126.
The Revere Public School System is one of 5 cities that has been awarded to be part of a $16 million grant from the Nellie Mae Foundation. Revere, along with Pittsfield, Massachusetts, Portland, Maine, Hartford, Connecticut, and Meridian, Connecticut will receive grant money to continue to improve the way we are presenting lessons to students. Revere is already part of the flipped learning model, and the success shows in test results. Revere will receive about $1 million per year through this grant. Superintendent Dakin says this money will go towards training and professional development for our whole district.
The former Our Lady of Lourdes Church in Beechmont is in the process of being rehabilitated by a new parish. The church was officially sold last year to an Ethiopian Orthodox church. The people of Beechmont fought for years to get the parish reopened as Our Lady of Lourdes, but the Archdiocese of Beechmont gave up the property last fall.
And the Revere Housing Authority, along with the Department of Housing and Community Development, held another ribbon cutting for a house on Thornton Street. We were there for the celebration, and here's a little of what went on there.
Today is a significant milestone in the path of the Revere Housing Authority. Another unit that was offline for a number of years has now become online. Number of units. There's 6 units in this building. Due to the lack of funding and improper maintenance over the years, the unit alone was not available for over 10 years. So these units weren't available for a number of years. The results in families of need weren't able to be housed, and also the amount of rental income to the Housing Authority did not appear. The Housing Authority had gone through a great transformation in 2006. What happened was that we hired a new executive director, Ms. Linda Shaw, and we also had policies and procedures put in place that the Housing Authority runs much more efficiently. Okay? Go ahead.
Revere TV just acquired a whole new set of advanced cameras for public use. These are Panasonic ABC cameras that film in HD. Users must be members of Revere TV, but membership is completely free and open to anyone who lives in Revere. We encourage our members to attend one of our classes, which take place every Monday night at 6:30. These classes include editing, field camera use like with the Panasonic ABC cams, and studio production. A list of our classes can be found on reveretv.org.
Hi, and welcome back to Revere TV News. We are now going to focus our Revere TV Community Spotlight. Jessica Simpson was in the studio with Lisa Cudden from Ocean View Kennels to talk about the stray dog epidemic in Revere. So let's toss it over now.
Hi, I'm Jessica Simpson in the studio again for another segment of our new Community Spotlight series. I'm here this week with Lisa Cudden of Ocean View Kennels. So Lisa, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. We're just going to get started here. So can you just tell us a little bit about what you do at Ocean View Kennels?
We are multitask, many things that we do there. Originally it was daycare, boarding, grooming, and we also teach grooming school. About 7 years ago we started working with the local cities for a second holding for stray and abandoned dogs. Well, now that's my mission, is rescue and that part.
And I talked to you on the phone previous to this, and I kind of read up on what you've been involved in the city. Can you talk about the problems that Revere or the surrounding communities have had with stray dogs and what you're doing to solve that issue?
We've all been working close, and it's getting better for the simple fact that the ACOs and shelters and nonprofit organizations are pulling together. It's the education, it's a language barrier, it's backyard breeding, it's not, where you going, guy? Not doing the proper research for your home, for what you can afford. So a lot of people will get them for birthday presents or Christmas presents, and in 2 or 3 months they are now abandoning them on the beach, at the train station. they're not throwaways. You know, it's not something that a kid can get sick of and you can put it in a toy box. It's a living, breathing thing, and they end up suffering for it. And it's there should be awareness of who can adopt, you know, home visits and, you know, previous vet records and educating, not just children, but the families that are going to actually either buy from a breeder or from a pet store, or they need to educate themselves and realize it's a lifetime commitment for as long as that animal is going to live.
Right, and what usually happens? How do you get these dogs? Does the city always bring them to you, or you respond? Do you go out and get
I
them?
do go out actually. I go out nights and weekends. Or during the week, the city will bring them in, depending on what city. I could have Malden call me. I could have Winthrop call me. We just had a couple from Chelsea brought in. But our main city is Revere. I work with Tony very closely and the police department. We're all on a really good team right now, from dispatch to the putting it in as a log to looking up. We can always find what dog it was, when it was. Is it a repeat offender, which we do also get quite a bit. It's come a long way, but they are pretty much strays. I am somewhat lucky on some do get to go home because accidents do happen, and there is some people that do have the right information and their dogs are microchipped, and I do have a scanner so we can find them, whether it's Home Again, Avid, but for the majority, no, they don't get claimed.
All right, and can you tell us a little bit about the guy you have here today?
Absolutely. This is Bart. Bart's family didn't want Bart. They were going to surrender him to the pound to be euthanized because they said he wasn't trainable. I know, I'm sorry. It's not that he's not trainable. Bart was born deaf. So what they thought was just a nuisance puppy and didn't want to deal with actually became, he's got a handicap, but he's actually handicapable. He is an amazing dog. He's 5 months old. He's a Pit Bull Great Dane mix. He is neutered. He is up to date on all his shots. He's eager to learn. He came in pretty sick. He's been all medical. His friends are actually his teachers. He is amazing dog in the play group. He follows, and now he is also working with a trainer that specializes in hand signals for handicapable dogs. I also have a trainer on site that's amazing, and he does the packs in my group where he has been socialized with different breeds, different sizes. You really making are you just showing off, aren't you? You showing off? There's nothing I can say this dog is not capable of doing, learning, or being just an amazing family pet. He's eager. He's young. He's going to do what puppies do.
Right.
But he will also grow into a very confident, amazing big boy. He will be big. I'm going to say average probably about 90 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Because
That's
of
the Great Dane.
Because of the Great Dane. He hasn't even grown into his paws, never mind anything else. But they're all good.
Yeah.
They all come in good. I mean, some cases worse than others, but I got to say, these guys are the most loyal and compassionate and forgiving breeds. I would take a Pit Bull over a small dog anytime, and I can say it, I have a Chihuahua. He's mine, and he should be grateful he's mine because I don't know if anybody else would have taken him. These guys we've had them trained for CGC now. We've got them as therapy dogs. We have them as, we just had a black and white pit that was just adopted for a little girl that has kind of like a mini type of PTSD. She's got, she doesn't like to leave her house, young girl, and she is now everywhere. She has sent us pictures at Starbucks because Hope has been with her.
Right.
And she wears her jacket and she feels safe. So you only hear the bad about these guys, you never hear the good. You know, Lily, she's amazing. She's actually one of the ones that actually have made a difference because of her story. The BSL laws are changing. More people are accepting to have Pit Bulls to rent if you don't own your own property. Where 2 years ago, they just wanted to kill them. Up, pick up, euthanize. So it has come a long way. It still needs to improve by all means. But you know what, Rome wasn't built in a night either. So if we can help them and educate people on all breeds, but especially these guys, because there's so many, and the terrier it could be so many different, you know, bull terrier, staffite terrier. So it's like as soon as people hear terrier, they're like, and it's not, it's not the case. I must say in the last 5 years, we have probably placed in good homes, forever homes, and still speak with a lot of the people that have adopted, over 80. Between myself, Mass Paws, I now have been working with ARC and the Boston Animal Control. We have pulled out a few beautiful dogs, a pit bull, couple shepherds. So it's all breeds. It's, you know, it's what you prefer, but if you do prefer it, do your research, do the genetics, what, you know, long term, what they can come down with, proper feeding, health, nutrition, exercise. It's no different. These are kids suffer with full legs.
It's a lot of research.
There is a lot of research. It's a lot of education, and you know what you can afford. What is your lifestyle? You know, you don't go and get a puppy like this and you work 12 hours a day and expect him not to go to the bathroom on your floor, and then he gets the blame for it. Well, he doesn't fit your lifestyle. You know, because it's all stages. Just like from a newborn to toddler to middle, this is no different. So it's really knowing what you're getting yourself into, and it's a lifetime commitment.
Can you tell us about the adoption process, how people can come
Absolutely.
to you? Absolutely.
A lot of our dogs, we do have Facebook. They are posted when they are medically cleared, spayed, neutered. They are on pet finders. Networking, the website, the newspapers. These guys do go in on the newspapers. I work, as I said, Seth has been one of my biggest supporters and has helped me actually get quite a few dogs adopted in some different situations and cases of, you know, abandonment, neglect, whatever. But they are on pet finders. You can Google them. And everybody is now kind of networking together. I am very close with Mass Paws. And these are all nonprofits that we all just reach out and try to save as many as we can and give, you know, the underdogs a second chance of a very happy life. So their photos are we go to a lot of events. So they're in the events with us. We do bring them. We do the Bully Walk in Winthrop, Pause for a Cure, or Puppy Mill Awareness. So they are broadcasted pretty good. And you know, I got to say, the social media is the big thing. The networking. You know, if I post, you know, Bruno's up for adoption, you can share it. So now it went from my organization to another organization to another, and now it's that one click of a share button can find this guy his forever home. So it's pretty much just sharing and working as a team is what gets these guys adopted.
Right, and can you give us a phone number or an email we can reach you at?
Absolutely, it's Ocean View Kennel. It's 781-284-7800, and my email address is doglady317@yahoo.com.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to say today, or?
I'm still hoping at this point, as I said, we've come a long way, but it's now working as far as educating our city itself. To let people know in both languages. A language barrier is a big thing right now, and that is something that we do need to change as far as if somebody does go on the internet, that it's in Spanish as well as English. And that to get it out there a little better, that there is places to look for your dog. Just if your dog runs away, just don't stop looking for it. Put posters. There's Granite State Dog Recovery that's on the internet that searches all the way from here to New Hampshire. There's Saber Alert. These are all new and improved things for missing dogs. Saber Alert's just like an Amber Alert for dogs. It hits every ACO, and the woman that started that is absolutely amazing. And it's just, you know, because we didn't get your dog today, doesn't mean somebody didn't pick it up last night and hasn't brought it. Constantly call your shelters, your local vets. If they say animal control is off, ask to leave a message. Just don't hang up, because that one message, we could get you your dog home on Monday. Or if you can't keep your dog, don't leave it in an abandoned apartment with no heat and no food and no water. Don't leave it at the train station. Don't leave it on the beach. There is resources that somebody will take your dog. Tell them. Yes. Like Ocean View Kennel. They'll take us. No jump though, buddy. So if you're stuck, and I'm not saying that, you know, accidents don't happen or you hit hard times and you can't keep your pet, but do right by him, because at one point you obviously brought him into your house because you loved him. Love him enough to make sure that he's safe and bring him somewhere safe. Because if you're dumping a dog, not only are you putting him at risk, you're also putting, what if he walks out in the street? Somebody gets in a car accident. There's many things that can happen from one lousy choice.
Yeah.
And that's what we don't want to happen, huh? We want everybody to be safe, humans and dogs. And of course cats. I don't do a lot of cats, but I'm for them. I own one. It's just something I don't. But I've had ferrets. I got a ferret if anybody wants one. And it's just keep working together, and each day, and hopefully eventually we'll get to the point that we have a great team. Not a good team, but a great team, and everybody's on the same page.
Right, that'd be good.
Huh, that would be fabulous.
All right, Lisa, well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much.
And I think that just about wraps it up for all the time that we have today. That was another community spotlight with Lisa Cutting from Ocean View Kennels. Hopefully she'll be able to utilize Revere TV to get the word out in the future for dogs that are up for adoption and what people can do to help out.
Excellent.
So that's it for this week. That's another segment for RTV News. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll see you for the next episode. Revere TV just acquired a whole new set of advanced cameras for public use. These are Panasonic ABC cameras that film in HD. Users must be members of Revere TV, but membership is completely free and open to anyone who lives in Revere. We encourage our members to attend one of our classes, which take place every Monday night at 6:30. These classes include editing, field camera use like with the Panasonic ABC cams, and studio production. A list of our classes can be found on reveretv.org.
The Revere High School winter sports season is well underway. Now that it's mid-January, some teams look promising, notably the girls' basketball team. Coach Diana DeCristoforo and the girls are off to a pretty good start with their recent victories over Lynn Classical, Salem, and Marblehead. DeCristoforo says while there is only one senior on the team, all of her girls have the heart and desire to win. The boys' basketball team is struggling to keep up with the girls as they haven't had many victories this season. As in the past, the RHS boys varsity hockey team has been the one to watch, but they're also having trouble with a record of 3-5-2. But Coach Ciccarello believes the team has the skill to make it to the state tournament. They just need the focus and enthusiasm to win.
Revere TV is looking for volunteers from Revere High School to film sports games. Most recently, we had Mike Hinojosa and Peter DiGiulio covering the varsity girls basketball team. We would like to extend our coverage to other RHS sports teams as well. Revere TV is willing to offer community service hours to any student at Revere High School who would like to film a sports game. If interested, you can contact Revere TV at 781-426-9498 or email Jessica Simpson at jessica.simpson@reveretv.org.
In upcoming events, the annual Polar Plunge will be held on Saturday, January 31st at 11:15 a.m. at Long Beach in Gloucester. This is an annual charity event that benefits the Special Olympics. This year, the Rotary Club of East Boston and Revere set a fundraising goal of $5,000. The whole district hopes to raise $125,000. If you're feeling up to the challenge, Rick, anyway, of diving into the ice-cold ocean for a good cause, anyone is welcome to participate. You can find more information by contacting the Rotary Club of East Boston and Revere.
For the record, I did the polar plunge a couple of years ago, and let's just say it sent me to the Whitten Hospital. So I just sent my donation in, and I'm all set there. By the way, the Patriots are playing in the AFC Championship this Sunday. Go
Yes,
Pats.
go Pats.
And that's all we have for tonight. For Revere TV News, I'm Rick Freni.
And I'm Debbie Peczka. Take care.